What if the person standing in front of your classroom wasn't who they said they were? What if your teacher, the one you trusted, respected, maybe even admired, was hiding a secret so dark it could destroy lives? Welcome back to OneChapter, the channel where we uncover the hidden truths behind the world's most gripping thrillers, one chapter at a time. Today, we're diving deep into The Teacher by Freida McFadden, the queen of psychological suspense. This is a story of obsession, betrayal, manipulation, and how the truth can twist in ways you never see coming. Let's begin. Part 1. The Perfect New Beginning. Eve and Nate are a married couple in their 30s, moving to a quiet small town for a fresh start. They've both accepted new jobs at KSM High School, Nate as the new math teacher, and Eve in the administration office. To everyone at school, they seem like the perfect pair. Polite, professional, happy. The kind of couple who always brings snacks to staff meetings and smiles at everyone in the hallway. But when the door closes at home, the cracks begin to show. Nate is distant, moody, and clearly burdened by something he refuses to talk about. Eve senses it. She knows there are secrets between them, but she pretends not to see. Because Eve has secrets of her own, one she spent years burying. The couple tells themselves this move is a fresh start. A new town, a new job, a chance to finally leave the past behind. But at KSM High, there's someone who's about to dig it all back up. Her name is Addie. Part 2, Addie, the student. Addie is 17, intelligent, confident, and strikingly self-assured. She's the kind of student who notices things others miss. And from the first day, she notices Nate. He's different from the other teachers. Quiet, thoughtful, a little shy. There's something about him that fascinates her. At first, it's harmless curiosity. But soon, curiosity turns into obsession. Addie stays after class. She asks for extra help she doesn't need. She smiles too long, lingers too close. Nate tries to keep a distance, but Addie's attention feeds something deep inside him. A need to feel special again, respected, maybe even wanted. At home, Eve notices the change. Nate seems distracted. He's always on his phone, checking messages, staying late at work. When she asks what's wrong, he says, it's just school stuff. But she can feel the lie in his voice. Part 3, the rumors begin. Then, one afternoon, Addie crosses a line. She touches his hand. She tells him she can't stop thinking about him. Nate panics. He tells her it's wrong, that it has to stop. Addie looks heartbroken and angry. The next day, whispers begin spreading through the hallways. Students start gossiping. Teachers look at Nate differently. Someone says they saw Nate alone with Addie. Someone else says Addie told her friends that Nate kissed her. The rumor spreads like wildfire. And once it starts, there's no stopping it. Part 4, Eve's doubt. Eve hears about it almost immediately. At first, she refuses to believe it. Her husband wouldn't do something like that. But then, small things start to make her doubt. Why does Nate come home so late? Why does he look so guilty all the time? And why won't he let her see his phone? She wants to trust him, but she's been burned by secrets before. Eve knows what it's like to hide something ugly. As the rumors grow, the school administration steps in. Nate is called in for questioning. He denies everything, but the damage is done. His reputation is destroyed. Eve stands by him in public, but privately, she begins to wonder, what if it's true? Part 5, the past returns. While all of this is happening, Eve starts receiving strange messages. Notes left on her desk. Emails from unknown addresses. Someone is reminding her of something she's tried to forget. We start to learn that Eve isn't who people think she is. Years ago, before she met Nate, there was an incident. A tragedy involving another student at another school. A girl had died, and Eve's role in that death has haunted her ever since. That's why she and Nate moved to KSM. That's why they changed their names. They thought no one would ever find them. But someone knows, and that someone might be Addie. Part 6, Addie's Truth. Halfway through the book, Freida McFadden flips the story on its head. We start hearing Addie's version of events, and suddenly, everything changes. From Addie's point of view, Nate isn't innocent at all. She describes how he smiled at her just a little too long, how his compliments felt personal, how he seemed to enjoy the attention. To Addie, Nate was grooming her, manipulating her. When he rejected her, she felt used, discarded, humiliated. But Addie isn't just angry. She's determined to make him pay. Slowly, we realize she's not just some love-struck teenager. She's been planning something carefully, patiently, and Nate and Eve are walking right into it. Part 7, the investigation. After Addie's rumors, the school launches a formal investigation. Police are called in. Parents demand answers. Nate insists he's innocent, but his behavior becomes erratic. He starts drinking again, losing control. He gets suspended from teaching. Eve tries to hold everything together, but inside, she's falling apart. The stress, the fear, the guilt, it's all coming back. And then one night, everything explodes. Addie disappears. She's last seen leaving school after a fight with Nate. The town turns against him immediately. Even Eve starts to wonder if her husband might have finally snapped. Part 8, secrets revealed. Detectives search Nate and Eve's home. They find evidence, things that don't make sense. Nate's fingerprints on Addie's notebook, emails that were deleted, and something buried in the woods behind their house. The tension is unbearable. Freida McFadden keeps you guessing, every chapter ending with a new clue that changes everything. We learn that Addie's family isn't what it seems either. Her mother has been hiding letters, old ones, written by Eve years ago under a different name. The connection between the two women runs deep, deeper than anyone could imagine. Part 9, Addie's plan. When the pieces finally come together, the truth is explosive. Addie didn't just randomly target Nate. She knew exactly who he and Eve were before they ever came to case him. Years ago, when Eve worked at another school, Addie's older sister was a student there. Something terrible happened to her, something that Eve covered up. Addie has been waiting for this moment her entire life, to expose the people who destroyed her family, to make them pay for what they did. Everything, the flirting, the rumors, the chaos, was part of her plan. But Addie didn't realize how dangerous Eve could be when cornered. Part 10, the confrontation. The final chapters are pure chaos, classic Freida McFadden style. Eve confronts Addie, and all the lies come to light. Eve's calm mask finally cracks. She admits what she did years ago, the cover-up, the lies, the manipulation. Addie's sister didn't die by accident. Eve made sure the truth was buried. And now, she's ready to do it again. What follows is a terrifying confrontation, psychological and physical, between two women who've both been broken by the past. Each one believes she's the victim. Each one believes she's justified. Only one of them will make it out alive. Part 11, the final twist. After the confrontation, the truth finally unravels. But in true Freida McFadden fashion, there's one last twist waiting for us. The story ends from a new perspective, revealing that what we thought we understood was wrong all along. Eve isn't just manipulative. She's calculating, almost cold. She's been controlling the story, bending the truth, rewriting the narrative to protect herself. Even after everything, she finds a way to make herself look like the victim. She cries in front of the police. She tells them she was scared, that Addie attacked her, that she had no choice. And somehow it works. In the end, Eve gets what she's always wanted. A clean slate, a new identity, and another chance to start over. Part 10, the confrontation. The final chapters are pure chaos, classic Freida McFadden style. Eve confronts Addie, and all the lies come to light. Eve's calm mask finally cracks. She admits what she did years ago, the cover-up, the lies, the manipulation. Addie's sister didn't die by accident. Eve made sure the truth was buried. And now, she's ready to do it again. What follows is a terrifying confrontation, psychological and physical, between two women who've both been broken by the past. Each one believes she's the victim. Each one believes she's justified. Only one of them will make it out alive. Part 11, the final twist. After the confrontation, the truth finally unravels. But in true Freida McFadden fashion, there's one last twist waiting for us. The story ends from a new perspective, revealing that what we thought we understood was wrong all along. Eve isn't just manipulative. She's calculating, almost cold. She's been controlling the story, bending the truth, rewriting the narrative to protect herself. Even after everything, she finds a way to make herself look like the victim. She cries in front of the police. She tells them she was scared, that Addie attacked her, that she had no choice. And somehow it works. In the end, Eve gets what she's always wanted. A clean slate, a new identity, and another chance to start over.